Quick video here today. We're going to recover a 1969 Honda CT90 seat. This one has the chrome trim around the outside. This is original. It's worn. It's old. Nice big tear down the middle. Yeah, the foam looks pretty good inside. Yeah, the stitching and everything's going. A little bit of rot there, but not too bad. Here's the new seat cover we'll be putting on. It's a replica. It's got all our lines and our stitching kind of molded into it. Got the nice Honda logo at the back. I did one of these already. It turned out really well. So it's quite similar to the Honda, the Z50 seat that we recovered, if anyone saw that video. It's got little teeth, if you will, down here. So we need to fold these up. Now these are a little different. They're a nut. They're a 7mm nut on there. But what they did when they installed it, they took a pair of side cutters or something and cut it so it destroys the threads, cuts the bolt, and then your nut doesn't unscrew. And since the backside of that is the chrome, you can't get anything in there to hold it. So what I found is you have to cut this with a pair of side cutters, and then I ended up putting in new machine screws. So we'll go through that in the video here. So just out of interest's sake, this is another CT90 seat. This one had the bottom side blown out on it. It was wearing at the top below the seam, where this one is above the seam. But you can see this wasn't cracked yet on this one, but it was getting close. And the other side was actually fairly good. So different sides of people, different riding habits, different hours on the bikes, who knows. So like I was saying, these nuts, we have to get those off. So I just went like this at the end and cut them. And they're pretty brittle. They're quite a thin wall, so they come off pretty easily. And then that one broke really nicely. There we go. This guy's really sunk in. I think I'll take the covering off here and then cut it after. So I just use a flat blade. Yeah, just kind of pull these fingers up. You can pull them from behind or front. There's our nut. It doesn't take a lot of force to cut it. So I didn't do this on the last one. It wasn't a big deal. I'm going to put a little mark where that bolt goes through with my Sharpie. So we can kind of gently lift these. And we can see the other ones right there. The other one is there. So this is really going to help us for placement after. The other thing it's going to do is really help to make sure that our chrome here and here is evenly lined up across the front. So one part's not forward more and the other part's back. So we'll just gently pull that out. You don't really want to bend this chrome. See on this, you can see it does have a slight dent there. Is there one on the back? Oh, the last seat we did, which was also 1969, only had, only had 4 on them. So that's kind of neat. This one has 5. It's just a domed-headed button head screw, right? No slits, no slots, nothing. And if I try to put the new one on, it's going to be very tough because I have to get it in. Plus these threads have been kind of crimped, if you will. So what we can do now is set this aside, set our chrome aside, and we can finish taking our seat cover off here. So kind of work it from one side around. Oh, and this has the plastic lip like the Z50 had as well. So I want to kind of keep that intact. I don't think the other seat had that. So what I'm going to do, since this old cover is garbage, I'm going to cut this just so I can peel it back easier and not tear our foam underneath. Oh yeah, this is just coming apart like nothing. Wow. So this is interesting. So this piece of foam sat here, kind of as an extra piece. So I don't think either of the two seats have been recovered before, but just interesting to see this. And the other one also had this kind of embroidery. I'm not sure if you can see it in the camera there. It's not embroidery, but kind of a signature in there. Yeah, so the foam's not bad there. The other one was missing a little bit because it was chunked out there, but I'm not too worried. Other thing we will do, found this really helpful on the other one, is I'll mark with a Sharpie where my bolts go through, so I'll just kind of punch those through after. Whoops. So these screws here are a metric one, and I don't have metric with a small enough head. The heads on mine are too big, or they're more of a bolt, so they won't slip into this. And if you look right up here, you can see it's got an indent, so you can drop your screw head in. So I have 632 machine screws, which are ridiculously long, but that's what I have. We'll cut these down so when we install it, we don't have to flex our chrome too much to get it in, but they fit in, which is the point. And then I will put a washer on it and a nut. I know originally it didn't have a washer, but I'm going to put in just so we don't tear up the new cloth on it. So I'm just going to take my wire strippers, which have a bolt cutter on them, feed this in. So I'm going to go about half the length of the bolt. That's going to give me a good 1.5 inches. I could even go a little shorter, somewhere around there. I assume people know how to use this. Give it a cut, open it up, and it's as you unscrew it, it'll chase your threads a bit. So then your threads are still good to go here. This is a number 0 Robertson head. It's kind of a multi-head on it. If it'll focus here, you can use a Phillips, Robertson, or flat blade. I'm a big fan of the Robertson just because it holds the screw better. I'll grab my nut, just verify my threads are good, and they are, so that's perfect. Other thing I'm going to do here is straighten all these teeth. So when we put it on, it punctures the new seat cover nicely, and they'll fold down better. And you can see right here on the foam, that's where the seam was. So we'll try and match that up as well. So we can use the old seat for comparison where the hole was. So to me, the seam wants to be right at the lip of the seat where it wraps around. So we got it, and now what I'll do, I'll just use my fingers, put pressure on both sides and push it, and I'll just give that a little bend, because at least that's going to hold it in place for us for now. And we'll wrap the rest of the front of this, which I really found to be tricky on the last one. Oh, but look here, I'm not centered. Yeah, I'm really not centered. That looks horrible. So we'll have to move that over a bit. So maybe let's hook this side first and see if it'll pull it over. It's better. It's looking better. So I don't want to pull it too far because you see I am just pulling on the stitching a bit. Yeah, that looks better. So the other thing I found is you have to kind of compress the foam a bit too as you do this. That looks better. I think I'll keep going around. You can see it's kind of got a little sag here, so I think I'll just have to get more tension on this side. Now we'll come around with the back with the Honda. But our line looks pretty centered there. I'm thinking that wasn't so perfectly straight. But I don't think anyone's going to notice. Yeah, the big thing, right? That looks centered on the back. Perfect. So we just roll these in. There, that looks pretty good. Right, we have about equal distance there. Thumb height up. Maybe a little less there. I'm not too worried. I'm not a big fan of that pulling there, but okay, let's get our chrome ring on now. Okay, so our chrome ring, we can take our old bolts out here. Now we'll put our fancy new ones in. We'll put that in. Get back there. Our front one. The front one actually goes ahead. And then our last one goes in right there. And these can wiggle and jiggle and do what they need, but now we can get this next part done. So I don't know if you can see it, right there's our little Sharpie mark for our hole. There we go. So I can feel the hole in there. I'm just gonna poke it here. So I'm just making a little hole, just a flat blade screwdriver. This one's here because I can see that mark. Yeah, and you can kind of push and feel it. So that one's through. So that guy should be right across from the seat. So it should be right about here. There it is. That went really easily. And the hole's in. What about this one? Right there. There we go. So if we go right across from there, should be right here where my finger is. Right there. So you can see we just have a little hole out on the outside. Here's our chrome, and we can put our first one in back here, and it'll go really easily, right? That doesn't like me. There it is. So we'll put a washer and nut on it just to kind of hold it. Okay, so let's try and get our side ones next. So the issue with them being long is you got to flex this out. And we might have to slide where they go a little bit as well, just to get everything lined up. Our front one, we did have to move it. So there's our mark, there's where we are now, but the whole chrome system has to come forward. Washer it and nut it too. Okay, so now what we want to do, there's our mark, there's our bolt. So we want to kind of wiggle these in a little bit into place. This one, just come over here. So I've got the back one, theoretically there should be perfect. We can tighten the nut, grab our nut driver, or socket with handle, whatever. We don't want to crank these down super tight, just kind of snug. I'm putting a lot of pressure in on it right now, just to kind of hold it in place. And we're not perfectly in place of where it was marked, so we'll get it snug, same thing. And if we have to move things, we can still do it. What we care about here is where does this come through at the front. This one's actually really far forward compared to this one. So we know we need to loosen this off and just shift it over a bit. And it's kind of tricky because you have to sort of wiggle these to get everything to reline up. So if we did that, the question is, do they look uniform? This one still looks like it's forward too much. So I might just try and wiggle these back a bit. Okay, so it took a couple tries to get it nice and centered. Otherwise, if it wasn't centered, then this little tip was coming too far, and I think it'd catch your leg on it. So now we've got it pretty darn good. So with that done, what we'll do is cut these. We don't want to come totally flat, just a slight angle, because that'll destroy our threads, and our screw will never come back. And I know this is going to be, I know this will be sharp if you put your finger in there, so don't stick your finger in there. Of course, wear your safety glasses. It doesn't fly in your eyes. Get our back one. Ooh, that one really shot up. There. There's our new seat. And that was our ugly old seat. Pretty crazy, the difference. So, done. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you learned something.